I tested some of the best Mini-ITX cases of 2025, and in this video, I'm gonna rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below. Loc Raw S1. This case is stunning with its minimalist milled aluminum design and incredibly compact 12-liter volume, making it one of the smallest ITX cases around. However, the thermal performance leaves a lot to be desired, with awful airflow design that requires significant modifications to work properly. It's perfect for builders who prioritize aesthetics and don't mind spending $329 on a premium case, but frustrating for anyone wanting good thermals out of the box. I'm placing this in the good tier because while the build quality is exceptional, the thermal issues hold it back from greatness. In Win POC 1, this flat pack case comes in a pizza box, and you literally build the case yourself using fabric straps to hold the panels together. The DIY approach is fun and the frosted acrylic side panel looks great, but at €205, it's expensive for what you get, and the open design means dust will be a constant battle. It supports decent hardware including 335mm GPUs and 140mm CPU coolers, but the novelty factor doesn't justify the premium price for most builders. I'm putting this in the average tier because it's more of a conversation piece than a practical solution. Fractal Design Ridge Black. This console-style case modernizes the classic Note 202 design with excellent build quality and can fit 4 2.5 inches drives plus decent hardware. The thermal performance is restricted though, especially for CPU cooling, and you'll want to stick with lower power processors to avoid heat issues. It's perfect for living room builds where aesthetics matter and you don't need high-end cooling performance. I'm placing this in the good tier because it nails the console aesthetic and build quality, even if thermals aren't its strong suit. Hyte Revolt 3. This portable case features a carrying handle and tool-free side panels, making it genuinely easy to transport to LAN parties. The build process is surprisingly easy for ITX and it supports massive GPUs up to 335mm plus decent cooling options. Cable management becomes a nightmare in typical ITX fashion, but the overall design is solid and the $130 price point is reasonable for what you get. I'm putting this in the good tier because it delivers on its portable gaming promise without breaking the bank. Thermaltake Core V1. This cube-style case absolutely nails the balance of price, performance, and flexibility with support for full-size GPUs and excellent value for money. The 200mm front intake provides solid cooling and the vertical design saves desk space while being incredibly easy to build in despite its compact size. It's missing an exhaust fan which hurts temps, but for budget-conscious builders who want maximum hardware compatibility, this is a winner. I'm placing this in the great tier because it delivers everything most people need at an unbeatable price point. NZXT H200. This case offers ATX-like capabilities in a smaller form factor, letting you keep most of your full-size components while downsizing the Mini-ITX. The thermal performance is actually pretty decent as long as you maintain proper airflow paths to your GPU, though cable management can be a bit tricky due to the space constraints above the motherboard. Unfortunately, the iconic vertical metal plate can interfere with thicker dual slot cards, which is honestly the biggest letdown of this otherwise solid enclosure. It's perfect for builders who want to transition from ATX to ITX without replacing their power supply and other components, but you'll need to be mindful for GPU clearance. I'm placing this in the good tier because while it executes the concept well, that GPU thickness limitation really holds it back from greatness. Streacom DA2 V2. This chassis is all about premium materials and modularity. The anodized aluminum construction feels absolutely premium and the build quality is genuinely impressive. The flexibility here is insane. You can configure components in multiple ways and the included brackets let you position things exactly where you need them, making it perfect for custom builds and enthusiasts who love tinkering. However, that premium quality comes with a premium price tag at around €259 and the build process can be quite challenging due to the compact size and all those configuration options. It's definitely aimed at experienced builders who prioritize aesthetics and customization over simplicity. And honestly, the price might scare off casual users. I'm putting this in average tier because while the quality is undeniable, the high cost and complexity make it a niche product that won't appeal to most ITX builders. Silverstone Sugo 14. This cube chassis is all about practicality and versatility. It can fit full triple-slot graphic cards up to 330mm, supports 240mm AIOs, and even has space for a 5.25 inches optical drive, which is pretty rare these days. The thermal performance is solid and it supports ATX power supplies, so you don't need to invest in expensive SFX units. The downside is that it's pretty plain looking with basic plastic construction, and at around 90 to 109 pounds, it feels expensive for what are essentially budget materials. It's perfect for builders who prioritize function over form and want maximum hardware compatibility in a small package, but don't expect any visual flair. I'm placing this in the good tier because the hardware support and thermal performance are genuinely impressive, even if the aesthetics won't win any beauty contests. NZXT H1 V2. This vertical tower comes with everything you need pre-installed, a 750W SFX PSU and 140mm AIO, which makes building almost plug-and-play easy. The V2 version fixed the major issues from the original, adding a 92mm exhaust fan that significantly improves GPU thermals and upgrading to a PCIe Gen 4 riser. The tempered glass side panel looks fantastic and the small footprint is perfect for desks, plus you get solid thermal performance across the board. The main drawbacks are the higher price point due to all the included hardware and some limitations on component choices since everything is pre-selected. It's ideal for builders who want a premium hassle-free ITX experience and don't mind paying extra for convenience and aesthetics. I'm putting this in the gray tier because the combination of ease of use, performance improvements, and stunning load smack makes it a standout choice for most users. Fractal Design Era 2. This case is absolutely gorgeous with its curved anodized aluminum housing, walnut wood panel, and incredibly refined design language that looks premium from every angle. The internal layout is brilliantly engineered with a shifting motherboard tray that maximizes space efficiency, and despite the tiny footprint, you can fit a 240mm AIO and sizable graphics card. Building in it is definitely challenging to the compact size, but the end result is worth it. You get a stunning whisper-quiet system that takes up minimal desk space. It's perfect for users who prioritize aesthetics and are willing to take their time with a more complex build process. I'm placing this in the gray tier because the combination of exceptional build quality, intelligent design, and absolutely beautiful aesthetics make it a premium choice that justifies its $200 price point. In Win BQ656. This thing has an integrated 150W power supply and actually supports optical drives, which is pretty rare in modern ITX cases. The build quality feels solid for the price, though it requires some serious modification work to fit even a stock AMD cooler. You'll be filing and trimming parts just to make basic components fit. It's perfect for basic office tasks and light gaming setups where you need something ultra compact at around 3.3 liters. But the power limitations and cramped interior make it frustrating for everything more demanding. This one's going in average tier because while it works, it's just not exciting and has too many compromises. Thermaltake the Tower 100. This case is all about the unique vertical tower design that makes your build look like a showpiece from every angle. The mesh construction and everywhere gives it excellent airflow, but those included 1200 RPM fans are honestly pretty loud and will annoy you during quiet moments. It's great if you want something that stands out visually and don't mind the noise, plus the easy access makes building relatively painless for an ITX case. However, the vertical orientation makes the rear I/O ports awkward to access, which is a real pain for daily use. I'm putting this in the gray tier because it does what it sets out to do well, even if it's not perfect for everyone. Fractal Design Terra. This case is just gorgeous, with a real walnut wood trim and premium anodized aluminum construction that screams quality. The gold wing side panels and tool-free disassembly make building surprisingly easy for something this compact, and the jade color option is stunning in person. It handles high-end components well, supporting our test RTX 4070 and 13600 KF without any thermal throttling, while keeping noise levels impressively low. The minimalist design with no RGB nonsense just oozes sophistication and will look amazing on any desk. This is going straight into God tier because it nails the trifecta of looks, build quality, and performance. Cooler Master NR200P V2. This is basically the standalone version of the case from the NR200P Max, and it's ridiculously easy to work it with excellent component access. You get both mesh and glass side panel options, plus it can handle massive triple-slot GPUs and high-end components without breaking a sweat thermally. The cable management is actually decent for an ITX case, which is rare, and the overall build process is much less painful than most small form factor builds. At 99.99 pounds, it offers incredible value for the build quality and the flexibility you get. This absolutely deserves God tier because it makes ITX building accessible while supporting flagship-level components. Lian Li Q58. This Mini-ITX case is absolutely brilliant with its 14.3-liter volume and modular design that lets you swap between glass and mesh panels wherever you want them. The build quality is fantastic with aluminum exterior panels and steel frame construction. Plus, it supports both SFX and ATX power supplies, which is incredibly rare for such a compact case. However, cable management can be a real nightmare in this tiny space, and you'll need to provide extra support for the PCIe riser card to prevent sagging. The case shines with its thermal performance thanks to the mesh panels providing excellent airflow for your GPU, and at just $130, it's an absolute steal compared to other premium ITX cases. I'm putting this in the God tier because it perfectly balances premium materials, flexibility, and affordability while delivering exceptional cooling performance. Lian Li A4 H2O. This collaboration between Dan Cases and Lian Li creates an 11-liter sandwich-style case that's specifically designed around 240mm liquid cooling setups. The clever airflow design with top-mounted radiators actually help keep GPU temperatures under control despite the extremely compact footprint. And it can fit triple-slot graphic cards up to 322mm long. The major downside is the complete lack of cable management features, making cleaning builds incredibly challenging, and you're limited to just one 2.5-inch SSD for storage. At $155, it's positioned well against competitors like the Fractal Terra and Cooler Master NR200P, but this case is really only for builders who prioritize liquid cooling and don't mind their restrictive build process. I'm placing this in the gray tier because while it excels at the specific purpose of liquid cooling compact builds, the limited flexibility and cable management issues prevent it from reaching the top tier. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best Mini-ITX cases for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.